Hey, what's good, everybody? It's Zen. I hope I can get my flash drive soon, so for everyone that's new here, they can have an understanding of where this all started and how a lot of my language and speaking patterns and what I'm really getting at and what I'm explaining, because while you'll get a great deal out of individual lectures and audios that I do, the complete system, the complete understanding of what these symbols are, these letters, these words, and the larger esoteric and occult perspective of what I'm speaking about will be a little easier to understand if you have a little more background. But for this talk alone, we're going to talk about, because we're right around the holidays, the holy days, we're going to talk about clocks and cloaks and diamonds and spirits and demons and angels and distillation, and see if we can't come to a conclusion of what the great revealing is, what the Mayan prophecy, what the Bible, and all of these other playbooks, and I've spoke about playbooks before, and what black magic is, what white magic is, what all of these different systems of revealing the spirit to be. But I will start with the most basic concept, and it's that this revelation, and it just means to be able to see more clearly. This bringing heaven to earth and bringing the demons up here. What's happened, and what 2020 is its perfect vision. 2020 is perfect vision, and I think that comes sooner for most. But it will take until 2020 for everyone to have perfect vision of absolutely what's going on. Although anybody can make that happen right now. You can change your diet and change your deities and change the things that you consume to clean up your system. But what we're talking about here is the obviousness of people's character, the absolute reflection of what someone is, how well they're cut, how well they're shaped, how well their mind works, what they're made of, the elementals of them, if they're a demon or an angel. Now, these angels, if we think of it in the sense of an etheric, mystical thing, something that's up in the air and it's very light and floaty, and it's coming from the rays or corpuscles of the sun's amplified energetic qualities that we just can't see because they're out of the harmonic range that we normally see. What is happening during this revelation is that the condensation, the bringing together of one's true organic self will be easier to see. What's above gets brought down to what's here, and what's below gets brought up to here. So these people that we've always been confused about, are they good, are they bad, are they indifferent, it becomes a lot more easy. It becomes more clear to see that you can tell what someone's made of. You can access and understand through all of your senses more clearly, more precisely, what people are really about. And so it's taking the veil off. So a veil is the word evil, or to lift up the veil, to lift the evil, so to lift what's beneath up. And again, as I've spoke about in many, it doesn't mean bad or good, it just means where it's from and what it's really about, so we can put things in their places. It's like this idea of everything has a place and every place has a thing. And in cupboards, you put certain things in certain places, and you don't put inorganics in your body. You don't put certain elements in certain places. You take and so these places, you have places for things, and you know not to eat a computer. You know not to put certain things in certain places because of the volatile nature or the combustion or the inability for things to function within the space of something else. And it's becoming more and more clear. It's becoming more and more true, and by true I just mean it's the ability to see through non-murky waters. So what is beneath has been brought up to this level, and what's above has been brought down. So no longer will people walk around with a cloak on, because what a cloak is a clock, meaning they have time to consider their plans of good or evil, whatever it might be. They have a clock, which is a sea lock or a sea lock, to lock something to the sea, to lock something to water. And when you get rid of the cloak and when you get rid of the clock, time doesn't exist anymore. But that's not to say that things don't occur. That's not to say, it's to say that the idea that we have of a linear fashion of reality starts to dissipate. But you'll notice that what things are as they are. It is as it is. So people can't disguise who they are and what they're made of. And that's not good or bad. It's just you will see the fruits of people's hearts. You'll see the fruits of their minds. And it'll become easier and easier to see. So this is a process of distillation. It's a process of observing spirit. And there are no bad spirits. Let's remember this. Everything comes from the soul. The soul isn't bad. It's just a collection of everything. And there are spirits that don't work properly with each other because let's use it in the terms of alcohol, because alcohols are called spirits. And some people say, I can't drink that. I can't drink the dark liquor. Well, most people have a problem with liquor because it hasn't been distilled properly and it has left in it a bunch of salts. It has left in it a bunch of inorganic and materials that you shouldn't put in your body. And that's what's not functioning well with the person. Not only are there physical things in there, but there's literal magical incantations. There's magical words and spells, and there's these symbols that are on there that are literally just the same way Masaru Emoto talked about the rice experiment, that you could put an intention into rice. You could put an intention into water. You can label that water. You can label that, and it will take on the constitution of the label and the thought forms. So alcohol would be no different, and in fact, it would probably be more, how would you say, susceptible to such ideas. So when all of these things are labeled, and you have people around it that are putting energy into that, well, certainly different types of reactions will happen. That's why anybody can drink different types of liquor. And you say, oh, it's all just alcohol. But clearly it's not. Clearly it's all very different. It has very different effects on people. Now, when we look at this in terms of what we are as a spirit ourselves, and we look at the idea of cutting things, cutting a diamond is a demon, and a demon is a daemon. So this diamond is the same thing as coal. A diamond is the same thing as glass, but it's organized. Just like crystal. It's the organizational matrix of what is the underlying structure. That's why if you hit a piece of glass with a rock, it shatters everywhere. But if you are hitting something that is more organized, it will shatter in a specific way along the pathways, along the guides of the structure. As the glass has no real structure, you can see through it. But we make this diamond out of the same thing that we see as dark charcoal, and we can burn it and make a fire. And we use that same fire to heat up something to turn it into what is a diamond. We cut the diamond so it reflects and refracts the light to certain angles. And when the angles again are angels, and those angels are rays of light, so that